Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day in the market today. It was a little bit slow. Some moves, worked out a little bit slower over time than we had anticipated, but they worked out. I know a lot of you guys in the room caught some of them, so that was great. Another day where I just could not get into my routine. Um, you know, Vacation lasted a lot longer than I thought it was gonna last, and today I thought I was gonna get in my groove, but there was a threat of a dusting of snow, and like clockwork, the school district let the students out early, so right in the middle of the morning and the day, so I really couldn't get in a groove. I couldn't get comfortable, couldn't get my mojo going. Yesterday I was smart. I, when that started happening, I just quit. Today I tried to rush some stuff to get it done before I had to leave, and of course that doesn't work. That never does. But ended up down almost $500, like $483 and some change, and it was just because I was forcing stuff and I wasn't patient and didn't let the trade work and let it stop me out. And so I felt this was the best time for me to answer the question that I've been getting for the last 6 months that I didn't really address. I feel this is the best time to address it because it'll shed some light on how I deal with and how I manage some things and why I look at the market the way I do. So the question I was getting is, why did I swing trade? If I was so successful day trading, why did I go to swing trading? Well, when I first started, the market was just incredible. You could throw a dart at the wall blindfolded and hit a bullseye. I mean, sometimes it was just that easy to get started. But the market changed, and for me to stay in the game, I had to learn how to do different things. Plus, I was trading while I was working full time, and this was a way for me to still trade when I couldn't be in my classroom in front of my computer. And it just made sense for me to learn how to swing trade. And I also met a guy that my brother-in-law introduced me to that used to be a hedge fund manager, used to be a day trader for a big firm, not a prop firm, but um I can't think of it right now. Mutual fund. So he had been there, done that, knew everything, and he shed some light on some stuff for me and helped me see why I needed to swing trade. And these are some of the reasons, why. But you have to think about it. As an individual day trader or independent equities trader like we are, there are multiple things working against us. Some that we may see, some that we probably have never seen and was not aware of. I know I wasn't. And I was somebody at that time that was fairly successful, in the market. And I realized we're a one person show. We're a one man or one woman band. And unless we have access to larger amounts of money, we're limited to how long we're going to be able to hang in and stay in a trade and let it work. Because we have to protect our capital. If we have very little money, we have to protect it. We can't just let it ride. Because if you were like me and you were kind of living paycheck to paycheck, you didn't have a whole lot of extra money. So if you lost $1,500, you didn't have another $1,500 to put in. You just didn't have it like that. So we're limited to how long we can wait and allow a trade to go against us before they let it work. These other guys have unlimited funds. A lot of them are not trading their own money, so they care less. So the big players in the market, like the banks, the hedge funds, you know, they know where smaller retail traders place their orders. They know when we get new traders come in and they learn about the VWAP and they learn about moving averages and they learn about pivot points, and it's the best thing. They know that we place our orders and all that around those deals. And it's just like today, and we'll look at a chart here in a minute, of just how these people play us. They know the strategies that we smaller retail traders use. They figure it out. We may change it, and eventually they'll figure it out. Then it's our time to change. And we try to figure out what they're doing, and we try to use it against them. So, trading small, we never want to trade without a stop loss. Only having so much capital. And in most instances, these big guys that we talked about, they can do that. Or they can hold it for a lot longer than we can. Because they're very well funded and they're usually trading other people's money. And this is why day trading is so difficult to be consistent at. Because we're putting small and tight stops on our positions. And a lot of times if we have a choppy market like we had today, we're going to get stopped out just by the normal price fluctuation in a choppy market. And we saw that in October when I started over at $1,500. Sometimes I had to get stopped out, and then I turned around and got back in when it set up. But when you do that, you generate a lot of fees. And you're trading with SureTrader, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I generated a lot of fees day trading. I lost a lot trading with small, tight stop losses. So if I stopped out at $50 and then I got back in the trade and ended up making, $100, $125, you subtract that 50 plus all of the fees that go along with it, I might have won or made $40. And that's very frustrating. But that's why we can't look at it, as money at that time. We need to look at it as learning and developing the skill for trading, because we're not always going to be that way. We're not always going to be trading with smaller amounts of money. We want to develop that skill and be ready when our opportunity comes. So another thing that was pointed out to me was that day trading plays to our greed and impatience. Impatience. Because we're looking to make quick, easy money. And you could take a quick look at YouTube. Just go through day trading and look at this: how to make $1,000 in 5 minutes, $650 in 45 minutes, $455 in 20 minutes. Let's see, I sold my car for Bitcoin altcoins. Just crazy. Here's our buddy Ross, 11,376.47 in 43 minutes. This plays to our greed. And when we see this, automatically it draws us to it. And we don't think about it. And this could be to our detriment. Because, how many people would say, you know what? If I can make this in 45 minutes in a day, I don't mind paying $45,000 or $5,000 for a course if I can get this. And this is what we're looking for. But what happens is it rarely, if ever, comes. And it plays on our greed and impatience, and it makes it look quick and easy. But we don't have the skills needed to do it. and no matter how many classes we take or how much time we spend in it, it just never comes. I didn't have the discipline necessary to work through, my greed and impatience day in and day out. It was hard. I wanted to make more. I wanted to make more. And I ran into that roadblock when I started trading in Speed Trader the first time. I went through 2 months, almost a whole quarter, and ended up losing $1,500 in that quarter. And here I was, had made over $150,000 in the market in the previous, 13, 14 months. And then I go through this period where I decide that I'm ready to kick it up. And I lose. And I realized I didn't have the discipline or the patience to deal with the market the way it was at the time. The easy market was over, the hard market was there. But when I got into swing trading, this guy told me you need to look into it and just ease into it. It's like you ease into it, it's going to help you with your day trading. So, he showed me how I could use daily and weekly charts to help slow the market action down and to where I can figure out, what cycle the market is in. And this is in the first swing trade class that I do. It talks about the market cycle, how to determine what cycle the market is in, so you'll know, whether it's okay for you to get in a trade or not. It also filters out the noise of these smaller time frame charts. I don't use the 1 minute chart. The 2 minute chart I only look at for my entries, or to help me verify the trend. If a stock looks like it's selling off, and I look at the 2 minute chart, and I've got multiple candles on the 2 minute chart showing me the trend that I want to trade in, I've got I've got a backup, and I'm going to go jump on it. But I'm managing it on the 5 minute chart. And then he told me, look, he wanted us, or these guys want us to trade on short time frames and try to scalp, because that's where they make their most money, from us. So yeah, we're necessary, cog in this wheel. If the independent day traders go, the market's really going to be screwed up. And a lot of us have left and are chasing this Bitcoin thing. You can see what's happened in the market over the last month or two with the Bitcoin craze. A lot of the small time retail traders have jumped ship to that. Because why? Our greed and impatience, looking to make some quick and easy money. They're frustrated with dealing with the market now. Let's go get some quick stuff. Using these longer time frames, if you use them correctly, you're going to get a feel for what the big guys are doing on the smaller time frames. That's why when I tell you, my stop is a claim of a level, or the stock has to claim this level, because I know these guys will push the stock up, take out some stop orders, and then let the stop make the move. And it's so easy to get stopped out if you have your stop sitting at a level versus allowing the level to actually get claimed and confirm the hold before you take it off. Yeah, I lose more money, but I also make more money when I'm right. And if I don't let these trades get out of hand, I'm going to make money. So learning how to use these longer time frames in swing trading, it helped me understand a lot better what's going on in the day trades and what these big guys are doing and how I need to wait and give it some time. Now, yeah, I still mess up and jump in when I too quick, and I don't pay attention to everything. But I realize it when it happens, and I bring it back around. But it also, swing trading allowed me to stay in trades longer and let the trade work, because I would just set it and forget it. I get in the swing position, set my stop for the day, set a profit target for the day if we hit it, and have my alerts to where if it comes close or if it triggers an order, I get alerted on my phone and I can go back to the trade and do what I need to do with it. But we're not watching that intraday mess. If you want to watch it, you're watching a daily chart, but I don't even advocate you watching that tick for tick. Just let it go. Swing trading also allowed me to work around my schedule or trade around my work schedule. As you know, I started trading full-time alongside my full-time job. And sometimes I wasn't in my classroom. I was on a field trip, or we had an assembly, or there was something else going on and I couldn't be in my room in front of my computer. Swing trading allowed me to take trades and help narrow that time frame that it took me to trade my way out of my job. And those of you that do work, and you may not have the time that I had to day trade, you may only can swing trade. It's a very viable option. And it could be, in what I'm teaching first, is the short term swing trades. One that runs from 2 to 4 days, and we're looking for 4 to 8%. And it works great around a work schedule. That's what I started with. It'll also allow me to make money trading and still enjoy some free time. The coolest thing was, when I was on vacation the last couple of years, I was in the room in the morning. We did a day trade or two, but I had my swing trades going. So I could be on the beach, I could be sailing, I could be just chilling, and I'm making money. My swing trades are making money. You set your swing trades in the morning and, go hit the golf course. Swing trading also allowed me to analyze the markets on my schedule for short periods of time, because I was focusing on higher time frames. I could look at this thing at night and, work through it. I can study the charts. I can study the trends. And it was great. But one thing that I was amazed at, what happened when I was able to stop crowding my trades so much. Yeah, I still watch my trades. I'm still observing what's going on, but I'm not watching them hard tick for tick like I used to. And I started to see better trading results. The only time I'm watching my trade is when we're at critical points. Other than that, I can walk away. I can set it, I can walk away. I can set it, I can go to lunch. It doesn't matter. I'm used to it. And by me not sitting here stressing over it, I'm conserving some mental energy, and it helped me to see better trading results. So people overcomplicate their trading. And it's not just by adding all of these ridiculous indicators that you don't need. If you're using Fibonacci retracement, why are you going to have 10 moving averages on your chart? You don't need them. So we overcomplicate it that way, and we just get too involved in our trade. We just want to move this or we want to move that because this is looking bad or that's looking bad. When we really can just sit back and let the trade work. Swing trading is a good strategy to employ because it can teach you how to behave in the market, just like what we were talking about. It rewards you for being less involved and taking less trades over time. And that's exactly what we need to do if we want any chance for success in this market. And so that's, again, that's a big reason why I went to swing trading. It helped me avoid overtrading. And overtrading is one of the biggest reasons people lose money, day trading. It's just overtrading. Chasing this stock, chasing that stock, chasing this, chasing that. I'm going to scout this, I'm going to scout that. And, like I said, these big guys, that's what they want. They want you guys trading like that because not only the broker wants you trading like that, because they're going to make fees off you every time you do it. And the big guys like to see that too because you're bringing volatility into the market, and this volatility that they could take advantage of. Swing trading also taught me how to time my entries better and catch longer term trends on my day trading. Because we're looking for longer term trends on swing trading, it allowed me to start being able to hold my trades all day if need be. During the summer, all day holds are how you can make good money. And swing trading helped me do that. It helped me to learn how to analyze daily and weekly charts. And that's what helped me improve my entries and exits. And again, to reiterate, it helped me with my day trading. It helped me understand what was happening intraday as it related to the daily time frame. So that's why I always start with the daily chart in the morning, because that's going to tell me or help me determine what my bias is going to be. And most day traders make the big mistake of taking an intraday setup when the daily chart doesn't really support it. And I've done it too. I've jumped in a trade and not really paid attention to the daily. It's going to happen. But the better you get, the more you're aware of it, the less time or less chances you're going to make that mistake. And swing trading helped me better understand the bigger picture trend of the stock. That's what was key. The bigger trend picture is what it helped me do. So in our community, once you join, it doesn't matter whether you're a monthly member, quarterly member, yearly, you get access to the swing trading classes and the swing trading chat room. It's up in the morning for a couple of hours. I talk about what I'm looking at for that day, what stocks I may be in and what I'm looking for to happen. It doesn't take much. There's not a whole lot to setting up for swing trading. Once you learn the strategies, it doesn't take much. And I'm teaching, we're going slow so that everybody can get their strategies down. Now, the more strategies you learn, the more opportunities you're going to have to get in swing trades. So, I've only covered 2 or 3, I believe. And, that's what we're focusing on. And as we learn more strategies, you're going to see a lot more opportunities coming. And the more we grow, the longer, I'll be leaving that room open. But honestly, once you get set for the morning, you set it. If you get entries, you get it, you take it, and you set everything up, and then from there, you move on. So it's all inclusive. You don't have to pay anything extra. I made this as simple and as seamless as possible, and I did it on purpose because the focus needs to be on education. Not about trying to save money for this class, save money for that class. That's not what it's about. So we're coming off of my Christmas vacation. It's, I brought that from teaching school where we take 2 weeks off for Christmas. So we'll start back tomorrow. We'll be back off of vacation, and we'll start back with classes tomorrow at 4:30. So, don't miss out on that. Now, just to give you an idea, I've got some long-term swings that are on that I had. This was the best one. And the reason why I bring this up is because this one's in play again today. SCG, this is a local company. They really got messed up with this VC Summer nuclear plant deal. And, they owe the state a lot of money. There's still, even though this company says they want to buy them out, the deal isn't done. I still think there's some things that this company doesn't really know, and they're gonna find out, and this deal might not go through. But everybody jumped on it like the deal was done. But this is a utility company, and it's got to go through some. It's got to be approved. It's got to go through some hoops. So, there's no guarantee that this deal is going to get done, even though everybody is high on it. So, I was looking to potentially short this. Now, no, I don't normally trade buyouts, but this isn't a buyout or a merger yet. It's not guaranteed. Yeah, both sides, have verified that the story is true. But until it takes place, this isn't gonna. You probably won't see 55, which is what the stock will be worth. If the merger goes through, it's probably not gonna be that way. I'm thinking this thing is gonna continue to tank, so that they can buy up as much shares as they can at a lower price. And when the merger does go through, we're gonna get the pop. That's my theory. Now, will it work or not? Who knows? Will it take a while? Will it run up some before it pulls back? Could be. But, I'm back in, here. And I made a killing on this. It took several months, but yeah, I knew what was going to happen. I followed it, did the research. And, the guys that were paying attention to the swing trades, you heard the day I got in, what price I got in, and, the rest is history. So today, I did get in this in the long-term swing. Let me show you. Hold on a second. Here's an entry on SCG. It's a long-term swing. 47.55 is where I shorted it. And INTC, I do have some of that on. This one is a little bit more risky. I think it's a little bit more risky, but from what I see, I think we're gonna nail it too. So I do have these two on my long-term swing account. And I kind of talked about. Well, you saw me this morning dealing with SCG before the open, but the INTC, I talked about that toward the end of the day. As I wanted to, get in some and swing this and see where we go with it. So those are long-term swings, and eventually we're going to get into that. The first thing we're going over in the classes are these short-term swing setups to where you can get your feet wet and you can get comfortable holding, and they're long. I could wake up tomorrow and this thing could be gapped up and my account could be blown. That's the thing about swinging short. But I think I've done my homework and I'm comfortable with it, and we'll see tomorrow. And I'm not going to get scared out of it. There's some things that I'm looking at that will tell me whether my thesis is going to be correct or not. And, all of this in that process is what you learn in the swing trading classes. So, I just wanted to share that with you. I know that was a long-winded answer to a simple question, but I wanted to be thorough, and I wanted you to really understand why I got into swing trading, why I'm teaching it, and why I feel that it's something that can only benefit us and benefit you as a day trader, if that's the direction you want to continue to go in. And again, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. It's all part of the community. You're a member, you get it. It's just that simple. So might as well take advantage of it and see if it can help you in your day trading. So that's gonna do it for me tonight. Again, tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow my schedule is messed up. Again, because they delayed start in the school. And so when the bell rings, I'll be on the road. Unless something changes, that's tomorrow's gonna be a little crazy. But I'll tell you more about it in the morning when we're doing our watch list build and stuff. So you guys take it easy. Have a great night, a great evening, and I will see you first thing in the morning.